Shai, what's it like to come in there and, it's a tie game, 7:20 to go, and then you guys just kind of create that avalanche the way that you did?
Yeah, it's fun. Obviously, being on this side of the column, but we knew that we were going to get a really good punch from them. They're a good team. They play the right way, good players. Like, we weren't going to walk in there and just walk all over them. We knew it was going to be a fight, and we just wanted to stay the course no matter what the game gave to us, and we just did that. We stayed the course. We got stops when we needed to, and we ended up stretching the lead.
Seemed like that late clock three from Lou about hit the scoreboard. Did you have any doubt that was going down? It just seems like one of those shots that he tends to hit.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but honestly, like when he shot it, I felt it going in. I probably think that a lot of times, and it just happened. But yeah, it looked pretty good when he let it go, and I'm happy with it.
Shai, I know when you've been asked about past under teams, you've kind of made it a point to separate this team, this iteration from those, that you're trying to make your own history. But to win a franchise record, 61st wins, and kind of leapfrog some of those teams, what does that mean to you?
It's cool, but it doesn't mean much. Like, my ultimate goal, our team's ultimate goal is not to set franchise record in wins. It's to hoist the trophy at the end of the season, and that's what we're after. So, like, it's cool, but it doesn't fill our cup. We still have more to do.
Surely it must feel like a sign of something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing that we didn't already know, though. We know we're a good basketball team, and we've done a really good job of staying the course this year, and we look up and we're getting things done because we take it day by day, and that's just what that is, what a testament is.
And I know you mentioned that you knew a Memphis run or pushback was going to come. It feels like you guys have knocked off plenty of teams who've come in here thirsty or with that, hunger to knock you guys off. Like, what does it take to sort of preserve that hunger among this group to push teams like that back?
Yeah, be hungrier. We're after the things that we're after. They don't you don't let a team being more motivated than you come in here and walk all over you if you want to win a championship, and that's what we're after. And what it takes to win a championship, we want to walk in and embody every day, and I think that's why we've had success so far, because we try to take those steps towards that direction. Now, we don't always succeed, but we learn from our failures and we move forward, and that's what we've been doing.
Speaking of sort of looking back, you didn't play in that game, but is it sort of a full circle moment getting to 61 wins, franchise record, against a team that beat you guys by 77 in sort of a 73 in a sort of turning point game a few years ago?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that game. Not really. It's not that deep.
And then you've seen like sort of award season coming up, and the Defensive Player of the Year race is heating up, where I think you and Lou are in the top 6. Usually with the team as just complete as you guys, like it's one of the more elite modern defenses we've seen. Do you think there's any truth to the idea at all that you guys sort of like, I don't want to say get punished, but you have so many good defenders that it's hard to pick out one for sort of an award like that?
Sure. It's not that hard. I would pick out Lou Dort. What he's been to the point of our attack all year and throughout his whole career has been amazing. There's nobody in the NBA like him. What he does is special every night. You can't teach it. Like, it's a gift, and he puts it on display every night. Guys are the team's best player, and it's not a lot of nights people get the best of him. Very few. And I think that goes, like you said, a little bit unnoticed because we have a team full of defenders, and it's the reason why we're a really good defense. But yeah, Lou Dort is at the front of that, 100%. So whatever my little rank or score is, add it to Lou's.
I was going to ask you specifically about Lou tonight. He held Desmond Bane to 3 points. It's a 20-point scorer in this league.
Right, I just
wonder what you saw specifically tonight from him.
Just Lou, his lateral quickness, his physicality, like, to score on him is very tough. And if you're not on your A game, it looks like that tonight. And Desmond Bane's a really good player. He's not the first one who's done that too. But when Lou's locked in and Lou's in you all game, it's a lot. He's physical, he's fast, and he's smart with his hands and when to reach and things like that. So it's just a Lou Dort night.
You guys ended this game on 28-5 run. When you're going through those runs, can you feel that happening out on the court? I know that it probably starts on the defensive end, but can you guys feel those runs happening because they've happened so many times this year?
Yeah, absolutely. You especially at home, the crowd's behind it, and it always starts with defense. Once we're getting stops and we rebound and we're able to play fast, that's when they usually come. The more we can get to that, the better off we'll be. But yeah, we can definitely feel them.
Shai, when the Grizzlies, especially in that first half, they were ahead, but they weren't ahead by a lot. Times when you're on the bench, you have other guys stepping up. How much of a luxury has that been all season long when guys are able to, just step up in a way where the lead or the deficit doesn't get out of hand? And of course, you guys are able to come back in a big way in that second half, especially in that fourth quarter, the humongous run. But just tell me or talk to me about just how much of a luxury it's been all season to have some of those stars mixed in with the second unit and just the way they've been able to handle business on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, we are a full basketball team. We have multiple lineups. We have no excuse to not win any minutes with any group that's out there. And we don't put excuses on ourselves. Just us playing our brand of basketball no matter who's out there and trusting that on both ends of the floor, and that's the product of it.
The last question is Joe.
Shai, from where you guys were your second year here, first year of the rebuild to now, I know you've still got a lot in front of you, but reflecting on that time, does that feel like a long time ago or does it feel like it's gone by fast?
A little bit of both. It feels like a long time ago, but it's hard to believe this is my 7th year in the NBA and it's almost over. So a little bit of both. It's been a very fun ride though.
Mark, game was tied with 7:20 to go. What'd you see from your team to just kind of create that avalanche the rest of the way?
Yeah, great juice, great defense, obviously. Conversion on offense, combination of converting off of misses and turnovers, and then executing when we had dead balls and stuff like that. So just really dialed in, impressive run right there. And I thought our resilience during the floor game. They were really motivated. They were really fast. They were really, really hungry for that game. And so that's the kind of night where it's whatever it is. It's tied at that minute mark. You're kind of lucky to be tied with how they were playing, and we hung around long enough to be able to put that run on them and have enough juice to do that. So the run was great, but I thought our resilience in the floor game was also really important.
Lou's not going to take a guy out completely like he did tonight with Bane, but when that does happen, what's happening to the other team, or what are you kind of feeling as a coach that you're able to capitalize on when he's able to do that?
Yeah, I think when Shai gets 30, it's kind of whatever. It's another 30-point night for Shai. And when Lou, does an unbelievable job on great players that are hired scorers in the NBA, it's kind of to that point. But if you stack up and look at the list of lines that great players in the NBA have had, Bane's a great player against Lou, and he's not doing it by himself. It's a 5-man defense. Other guys guard those guys, but it's unbelievable impact. So. That was another, great performance, but one of many, and it's become routine, and that's what great players do. They make great feats look routine.
Mark, you mentioned just how much Memphis wanted that, and they're not alone in that. You guys have knocked teams off like that all season, no matter who's been available. Just how difficult has it been, and how do you sort of go about preserving that feeling yourselves, that hunger to knock off teams that come in here thirsty?
It's fun. The guys want to compete. They're great competitors, and they enjoy competing. And when teams come in hungry and they need the game and they're ready to play, and we've seen that now 3 straight games, it makes the competition fun. Our guys, enjoy that, so it not only is sharpening our blade, it's not only, what we need to do to continue to improve and run through the finish line of the season, but our guys enjoy it, so when the game gets like that, it brings the best out of this particular group of players.
And obviously, 7 games is the most that Dub has missed in his career. What'd you see from him, just physically, all that?
Yeah, I thought, his force, was really what popped out. He dove right back into the competition and dove right back into the game, and so impressive job of building himself back up to get himself healthy, to be ready to go. And I thought he played well tonight. He was in character.
You guys talk about how much respect you have for the Thunder teams of the past all the time. And for you guys to win your 61st game franchise record, and with knowing all the respect that you guys have, just what does that mean to you guys, being the top team in Thunder history? Yeah,
we have miles to go before we sleep here. Obviously, there's more opportunities ahead of us, but we don't take it lightly. We honor those teams and respect those teams, and we honor and respect the organization, and are grateful for the opportunity to be here and to be able to represent the organization in this way. I think of 2 groups of people with the particular record. The first is the people that have been here from the beginning of when the team moved here. Sam, Mr. Bennett, Ayanna, Lawson, Wilson Taylor, Mark St. Ives, Donnie Strack. These are people that they literally gone box to wire to this point. And, this team's been taken down to the studs and rebuilt. It's not like there's carryover players from previous eras, that have continued this. It's a complete rebuild, and to take it from the ground back up and to then set the franchise record is impressive. And the other group of people I think about is the players. It's a special group of players that operate in a special way. They deserve special things to happen for them. There's obviously more opportunities ahead of us, but the best thing about them is how they do it, the professionalism, the character, the connectedness. They play the way, you want a team to operate. And they deserve everything that they earn, and they've earned this, so they deserve it.
Kind of piggybacking off that, 61 wins. Well, I know it's only half of the equation. Regular season only matters so much. It doesn't mean anything if you guys don't reach your ultimate goal. But what are you most proud of just from this team? What you've seen, during this record-breaking regular season?
It does matter. First of all, we don't take any opportunity to compete lightly, and it does matter. It also has helped us sharpen our blade and be the best version of ourselves heading into the postseason. And so, again, I've said this many times when we've accomplished different things. It's a result of stacking. We haven't really set out to accomplish any big picture things. We just try to tackle the day in front of us, tackle the competition in front of us, just be our best on the next possession or on the next rep, and stack that up over time. And this team's done a great job of staying present in that process and improving to this point. And if we want to continue to improve, we have to continue to stack.
Anybody else? Josue, here we go.
Coach, just the
Hold on, Josue.
no, thanks. So here we go. So I was ready to go. Coach, just the Isaiah Hartenstein set a record for most assists from the center position this season, over 200 assists. Just how much has that changed things for you guys in terms of the fluidity of the offense this season? And of course, his presence was felt on both ends of the floor, especially in this one. Just a little bit of that on there too.
He was great tonight. He really battled. He got hit in the face, it felt like 5 times tonight, and he just keeps competing. He's just such a team guy. The passing's obviously one of the great skills he has, but it's the assists, and it's also the ones that just connect you side to side or connect the offense. He's not hunting assists. He doesn't discriminate. He's just trying to make the right play every single time the ball touches his hands. He plays with no agenda out there on either end of the floor. He just wants to win, and it's impressive. It's when guys approach it like that, it's contagious. We have a lot of guys like that. We're fortunate in that way, but he certainly has done that masterfully.
Dub, there was a force that you played with even after having missing the last 7 games. How did you find a way to just kind of be right into that same groove you had been in from that aspect?
Thought I did a good job of my rehab. That includes our training staff is very good, so they wouldn't throw me out there if I wasn't ready to play back to how I was playing. So a lot of that is just feeling comfortable enough to go out there and do movements like that. So that's really all it was to it.
You have a handful of guys that take on these, serious matchups each night. When Lou is able to do not just that to hold a guy down, but 1 of 10 for Bane, what does that do for the rest of the 5-man defense?
We go off Lou a lot. Like, guard's the best player every single night, defense player of the year. But just looking at that, to be able to find what you're good at and be able to do that at a high level every single night for 82 plus games is incredible, and we look for him to do that every night. He knows it. So I think just our defense, a lot of it is like catered towards like if he does get beat, just kind of being there for him. So, but yeah, it's special, bro. He has to guard Bane, and then who do we play next? Pacers? Yeah, then he probably has like Halliburton. Like, to be able to go night in, night out and guard those guys is a testament to how good he is at defense.
Lou, now that Dub brings up Defensive Player of the Year, I am curious because when people vote, they will kind of choose, part of their criteria will be bigs and guards, and that's sort of been a thing since the award has existed. I guess, where do you stand in terms of guard impact versus big impact, and how that might affect the way people view that award or defense, period?
It's tough when they judge the big most of the times for that award, but it is what it is, honestly. They asked me that question before, and I always tell them it'll be good to get rewarded for the work that I do on the court, but at the same time, I'm not going out there just for an award. I'm going out there just to help my team win, and then that's what I'm gonna do every night. But so every time I'm out there, that's what I'm gonna do.
Who else we got? Michael.
Lou, we just heard Dub's opinion on who should win Defensive Player of the Year, but we were talking to Shai earlier, and I asked him about sort of his odds of winning it and if you guys are being punished at all, or another word for just how many good defenders you guys have. And he said that any votes he gets, he wants to just be added to you. So what does that sort of mean to you to sort of have the respect of not only your teammates, but just sort of guys around the league?
It means a lot. Like when guys in the league recognize the hard work that I do on the court, it's huge. So, I'm happy you said that, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's a whole team effort. I'm glad my teammates always have my back, and I'm glad we have that whole team effort on that end on the floor at the same time, that we trust each other, that if somebody mess up, somebody else has got each other's back. So it's good.
And then, Dub, you guys have built a lot of chemistry up between you and Hartenstein. What has he sort of brought as a passer, as a big man to this team that's really changed that dynamic of your offense?
Everybody is more – we already move without the ball, but everybody's more willing to move without the ball. You know that he can find you and pass at tough angles. It's ultra rare to have a big that can pass at the rate that he does, so it kind of makes everybody like more cut aware, gives you more space on the floor when you're worried about cuts. And, he just does a good job of finding those and doing a good job of like screening after he passes, and that's a testament to Hart. He does a lot of good things, and passing is one of them.
Anybody else? We'll go Schluck and then Joe.
You guys set a Thunder record, 61 wins tonight. What does that mean for you guys?
It's real nice. Happy being here. For those past couple years, it was a little tough. So it's good to see how much we got better as a team and organization at the same time. And like I said, we still got more, but it feels good to be where we at right now.
Yeah, I think I'm most proud of just like we have a very, very good defense. I think that statistically we're up there with like some of the best teams ever. Obviously, him being at the helm of the defense. Depoy. It's nice. It's cool. It really doesn't mean a ton. Obviously, April, everything kind of resets, but it is like a nice accomplishment to have Oklahoma. Obviously, it's only been 17 years, so to be able to kind of build up and start over and then get to where we are right now as fast as we did is a huge accomplishment.
Lou, just to follow up on that, I asked Shai this, but you guys were both here from the beginning of the rebuild to now back-to-back 1 seeds. When you look back to that, I guess, 2020-21 season, does that feel like a long time ago, or does it feel like it's gone by quick?
Old ass.
It feel like it's a long time ago, honestly. I don't feel like it went quick. I don't know. I feel like just the past 2 seasons, the fact that, you know, we made it to the postseason at least, you know, it made it a little different. But, you know, as the fact that we got a good taste of winning, it's nice. So, you know, we happy to be where we are right now.
Thanks.
You can go, Michael.
Dub, you've been sort of the biggest proponent of Lou right now, and then Shai this year and last year for MVP stuff. What would it sort of mean to you and the rest of the guys? Like, it seems like, I know it's an individual award, but it seems like it would be sort of a team accomplishment, the way you guys are treating it. What would it mean to sort of see your guys get the recognition like that?
It's just good to see, and our team is ultra rare in this, like, it's just good to see, like, people that you care about do well. So I think that's a lot of it. Like, we're obviously, like, for Lou, for example, like, I'm with Lou, like, every single day. So I'm watching the behind the scenes of, like, what goes into him, like, being a good defender. And then I get to see, like, Shai behind the scenes and, like, what goes, like, for everybody, it probably just looks like, you know, like, he just goes out there and gets 30, 40, 50, whatever it is. But, like, I'm actually watching the behind the scenes. So I think that's probably where it comes from, just, like, a respect of, like, the work that's going in and, like, just, like, how committed our team is to that. So I think it's just, like, wanting them to do well and succeed. And, I mean, some of it, too, is just, like, in my brain, it's obvious, too, like, on why they should get it. So